Six and Mono will return for Little Nightmares 3 to end the trilogy of this universe. What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Little Nightmares 2 video on the channel. Now today, this is a theory video by the way. I am going to discuss and share my thoughts on why I believe Six and Mono will return one final time in Little Nightmares 3. So you know what, let's just jump into it. Now you might be like, hold on Smack, just a few days ago you made a video saying that Tarsier Studios are done with Little Nightmares. That is correct, but let me tell you something. Little Nightmares franchise as a whole is owned by Bandai Namco. It is very obvious that Bandai Namco sees the popularity of these characters, of this universe, and since Tarsier Studios are done, they're gonna have to make some tough choices, mainly bringing in new developers, some Japanese developers, to make more Little Nightmares content. Now, let's talk about the story here a little bit. Mono's story, we know that it is done. But knowing his popularity, he became more popular than Six from the first game. So there is no chance if you're gonna make a third game, which is literally trilogy, you can't take that popular character out of the equation and just make him disappear out of the blue. Sure, he doesn't have to have the biggest role in the story, but if we are to believe that Hanging Man is the tall man from the mall, maybe the third game can go in depth to how that situation happened, how that scenario happened. However, if he's not, then this makes it 10 times more interesting. This is a decision up to Bandai Namco whether they want to make the Hanging Man tall man. But I was checking Little Nightmares Twitter. They responded to a fan regarding tall man being the Hanging Man, and they said that those are just merely theories. We never confirmed that. So I believe Little Nightmares 3, if it were to happen, Bandai Namco will change this. They will make the decision of not having those two together, because then it's gonna make it 10 times more interesting, because now we might see Mono trying to break the circle one way or another. Six's story, however, on the other side, just began after the mall and the events of first Little Nightmares, and the first thing he would want to do is to find the host of all this. The Shadow Six followed her from Pale City. We even see the glimpses of Shadow Six every time Six would get hungry. Shadow Six will be in the frame one way or another. We assume that both Shadow Six and Six merge together by the end. There might be some good left inside of Six that would make her go, no, I want to end this, and she would want to find the host of all this, the nest, the mall, the Pale City, because going back to very Little Nightmares, witnessing the girl that gave her life whilst getting chased by Pretender, as well as the Pale City situation in second Little Nightmares with Mono and Thin Man, now that she has powers, she would definitely want to put an end to this. I believe this franchise was always meant to be a trilogy, as in Six's story being that trilogy. We can end all this in third game and put an end to all the cycles, all the evil nasty stuff that would mean Six giving her life at the end, because she's now a part of the whole system, the whole being that is controlling and corrupting all these places, small cities. However, maybe it is time to bring in new characters, new story, a new take on everything, but that does not mean Six and Mono won't be present. It is really up to Bandai Namco, but whatever they choose, whether they want to make a trilogy and that's it with the Little Nightmares, or they want to make more games like Little Nightmares 3, 4, by that point they would change the 3 and 4 and title it something else. One thing is for absolute certain, that the next game will have Mono and Six. Matter of fact, they'll be there in every game, as the Little Nightmares universe was turned upside down because of these two. These two messed up the whole timeline. These two did stuff that changed the course of reality for Little Nightmares universe. It's like this world feeds off of these two and their emotions, and they do the same to it. This universe is truly a unique tale, one that we need to cherish while it is here. There's a reason both the first game's ending and the second game's ending was like this, and the secret ending of the second game tells us that, yeah, sure, you connected 2 dots, but there are 10 dots from the first game. Did you manage to fix those? Did you manage to solve the story of the first game? What is Six gonna do after she got those powers? Who is this higher entity that is controlling the mall, the nest, the signal tower in the Pale City? What is happening? happening. Tarsier Studios will be back soon with the next gen upgrade, and if there is a DLC that will explain everything with where the franchise is heading towards, the final DLC from Tarsier Studios for Little Nightmares 2 will explain where the story of Six and Mono is heading towards. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the signs that are being given to us by Tarsier Studios one way or another. With that being said, do let me know, what do you think? What do you make of Mono 6 inclusion in the upcoming games as well? They don't have to be there present, they can be just there as a reference in the future games. The future games are the consequences of their action after all. Anyways, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Insta, it's SmackNPie. Also make sure to subscribe, help me get to 75k, and I'll see you in the next video.